Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and you're watching VSense. So on today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 5 fragrances for summertime. These are all technically unisex fragrances, so anyone can use them, from men to women to anything in between. These fragrances have been selected based on their longevity, performance, and uniqueness when it comes to the actual scents themselves. So all of these that I have selected here in some way or somehow are unique enough to be able to be worn all summer long and will definitely come alive when it comes to the heat. So I have selected these from worst to best. None of these are actually worst. They have been selected for a reason. So in the number 5 spot, I do have one by the house of Celine. This is Eau De Californie. Eau De Californie was selected because it is one of the more heavier scents by Celine. I don't feel like any one of the Celine fragrances in particular is heavy, I would say. But this one has depth to it. It is a fragrance that is going to have the fresh elements of a nice summer fragrance. But this one's going to be your dress up type of fragrance. This is going to be the one you're going to be wearing to a nice event, to dinner, to the club, to an event of any sorts this summer. It is modern, it is sophisticated. It is one of those fragrances that I would certainly say that this fragrance is one of the fragrances that is overlooked from the house of Celine. They do make some pretty banging fragrances, but this one would be really great for summertime. It has notes of Palo Santo, orris butter. It contains some bergamot, giving you that fresh, zesty quality to the fragrance, while also giving you some earthy elements from patchouli and tree moss in the fragrance. So I would certainly say to check out Eau De Californie by Celine. In the number 4 spot, I do have Lavender Extreme by Tom Ford. Hear me out. This fragrance is discontinued, so it's the only one in this group that has technically gone away fully. You still can buy it on certain websites. You can also sometimes buy it at the Estee Lauder outlet, which is the manufacturer for this fragrance. But this fragrance was harshly criticized by me on one of my earlier reviews. It is a fragrance that, when you spray it, it has a very strong herbal, lavender, synthetic-y type of quality to it. It can kind of come off as Play-Doh, if you ask me. But this fragrance, as I have worn it in the summertime, in the heat, in the extreme heat, it does come alive. This fragrance, for some reason, does not like cold weather. It does tend to stay that synthetic-y type of herbal lavender that we all know from this fragrance when it's in colder climates. But with the humidity and the heat, this fragrance comes alive. So it's really nice because you do get the nice elements that are herbal. You do get the nice lavender in here, but you also get the other elements that come in here, such as the tonka bean, giving this a little bit of a sweetness to it, giving it some soft powdery touches to it because it does have that lavender in there. So it really becomes a true masterpiece when it comes to the heat. This one's also one of those fragrances that I would certainly say has some really great longevity and performance. Something that Eau De California won't have, because Celine fragrances aren't really known for having long performance and durability. But this fragrance itself is one of those that I would certainly say is going to last all day. It's going to smell good all day. And honestly, I have actually looked back on certain clothing pieces that have been washed and I can still smell this fragrance. And it does leave a really nice trail of fragrance behind on your clothing. I would certainly say to check out this one. If you are able to find it, I would say to get it. It is a masterpiece that was not given a fair shot by a lot of people. It wasn't given a fair shot by me. But like I said, it's one of those fragrances that definitely changes a lot. I mean, it's day and night, this fragrance. If you're going to wear this fragrance in the wintertime or in a colder climate, you're not going to really appreciate this scent. I'm just saying, unless you love lavender. If you don't love lavender all that much, which I don't typically, you will love this fragrance when it comes to summer weather, because you do get the other elements that play with this, and they are really well balanced with the lavender in this fragrance. Number 3, we have Acqua di Parma's Colonia Pura. This was selected for a bunch of various reasons. I typically go for Colonia Intensa. I think I have made it very clear that Colonia Intensa by Acqua di Parma is my favorite Colonia out of the Colonia range. So out of the original ones, it is my favorite fragrance thus far. But the reason I've selected Colonia Pura is because although Colonia Intensa has that nice, intense, deeper quality to it, this fragrance, Colonia Pura, has a lot of the beautiful, sharp, citric Colonia type quality to it. So this fragrance is vacation in a bottle. This is going on a nice yacht, on a nice boat, on a nice holiday getaway weekend. It's certainly one of those that definitely would cheer you up. It would refresh you if you're having a bad day, if it's too hot, if someone is heat sensitive like me that gets really sick with heat. This one does change your mood instantly. It does have top notes of bergamot, Italian orange, as well as notes of jasmine, narcissus, coriander, musk, and patchouli and cedar. So it does have quite a bit of different elements to the fragrance itself, which gives it, like I said, that nice, beautiful vacation type of citric notes in here, which also can come off a little bit aquatic-y, but it also has the really beautiful qualities that you get out of the Colonia fragrance by Acqua di Parma, which is going to be the deeper woody elements, the earthy elements, and it's just done so well. This is a terrific fragrance, and I would certainly say if you're into the quiet luxury move, this one would probably be one of the best ones to get alongside with Eau de Californie by Celine. In the number 2 spot, I have one by the House of Armani. This is Armani's SANTAL d'Anchat. This is part of the Privé collection, so it's a private fragrance by the House of Armani. It's part of the Les Eaux collection, so it's going to be a little bit lighter. Armani has quite a few different lines within the line of Privé, so this one is part of, like I said, the Les Eaux, so the lighter, more clean type line itself. This fragrance itself, when you look online on Armani's website, it can kind of come off as a sandalwood type fragrance would. So typically sandalwood is associated with being milky, woodsy, and being a little bit stronger, a little bit deeper, and this fragrance is anything but that. So unfortunately, if you are a sandalwood lover, you're not going to like this one because it's not the star of the show, even though it's named as sandalwood. So this fragrance itself is going to have resin and cardamom, violet leaf, as well as musk. The cardamom is definitely a star of the show here. The musk is a star of the show here, as well as the resiny parts are a little bit there. They're not, quite pronounced or quite, significant in this fragrance to make a difference, really. The cedar wood is what is the star of the show out of any of the woods here. So I would certainly say that you get a lot of cedar wood, you get a lot of cardamom, you get a lot of musk in this fragrance. It's like wearing a more expensive version of Acqua di Gio Parfumo or the Absolute. It's definitely grabbing a really nice fragrance. Armani knows how to make fragrances right. He is a top seller for a reason, and Mr. Armani did a really great job with this one. I would certainly say that it is one that's going to have the clean, the aquatics. It's going to have the, private island beach resort, as well as having the really nice elements that really ground this fragrance, which are the wood elements, making this fragrance an all-rounder great contender for the summertime. And the number 1 fragrance we have here is Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. I'm sorry to say this. I know some people are going to be like, what? What? He picked out that one? But with all honesty, this fragrance is definitely a hard one to beat. When you look at the note breakdown on this fragrance on Louis Vuitton's website or Frangottica or Parfum or wherever you're looking for the notes on this fragrance, they can kind of come off boring. You have mandarin, you have bergamot, you have ginger, and you're like, yeah, I've seen that. I've smelt that. It's been done before. And this fragrance, by all means, has not been done before. It is done absolute perfectly. And the only con to this fragrance is that the longevity and performance are not there, but it is a perfect fragrance for the summertime because you can wear it early in the day, you can wear it late in the evening, you can wear it to a formal setting, to a more casual setting, to the pool, to the beach, wherever you want. This fragrance is certainly one of those fragrances that lends itself. It is very versatile. It is very easy to put on. It's not going to overpower you. It's going to wear on you, which is a really great thing in fragrance. Sometimes some fragrances can overpower people, and this fragrance does not do that. They did launch a new one, which is Pacific Chill. This one I did not select because although it has a lot of the great qualities that Afternoon Swim has in it, it does not have the universal quality that this one has. Where this one has a lot of the fruity elements, it adds some fruits in there. This one keeps it straight to the point, which is going to be aquatic. It's going to be citricy. It's going to be really well balanced, fresh, elegant, and modern. And that's what we're looking for in a fragrance for the summertime. Thank you so much for watching today's video, you guys. I really appreciate everyone who has stuck through the entire video and is now looking at this part of the video now. Definitely let me know down in the comments below which one are your top fragrances. What did you think about the list that I have compiled here? Do you disagree with any of them? If you do, let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more fragrance related content. And I'll see you guys on next time's video. Bye.